Hey everyone, I'm Juliana Heng, representing the stand-up comedy and spoken word community. I will be sharing about my autism through comedy and spoken word. Thanks Berani Bersama for the opportunity to support frontliners in fighting COVID-19. This is an online fundraiser for MERCY Malaysia COVID-19 Pandemic Fund. Please donate through Launch Good. I'm Juliana. I have autism. Autism happens when one part of the brain grows faster than others. For me, it's my forehead. Well, less of a forehead, more of a five-head. When I was 5 years old, I have not started speaking. My mom brought me to see a doctor. The doctor said, "Mrs. Heng, your daughter is like a proton car. The power window to her brain does not work." If you're wondering what a proton car is, it is Malaysia's national car that we are still learning to be proud of. It's been 30 years. The power window still doesn't work. We purposely made it that way so that Singaporeans won't claim it. Because of my power window problem, I'm a bit slow. In a room like this, when you listen to jokes, you will laugh immediately. I will laugh a bit later. Tomorrow. For those who aren't laughing right now, don't worry. You are just like me. Speaking about laughter, according to laughteronlineuniversity.com, there are 15 types of laughter ranging from the softest to the loudest. As an autistic, I can only pick up 3 types of laughter. The first one goes like this, ha 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 ha. That's the real laughter. The second one goes like this, It's the polite laughter, which means you are so bad. I pity you. The third type of laughter goes like this. It's the laughter of Singaporeans. I'm 30 years old and still single. There's no joke in this. I just want to tell you I'm still available. Dating is hard for someone like me. I cannot read emotions, social cues, and flirting signals. Sometimes I don't even know when someone wants to kiss me until I feel their tongue. My love life has been a mess. I've been on 6 first dates this year, and all of them ended the same way. They tried to sell me something. Insurance, travel membership, a human liver. I bought the liver. You will never know when you need one. I've decided to use an autistic dating app. Many of the people there look very strange and bizarre, and all I need to do is to swipe up on someone I like. Yes, it's called Pokemon Go. For someone literal like me, I find dating app names too complicated. For example, Tinder. I thought it's an app for smokers to look for their lighters. Grindr, I thought that it's an app for guys to look for their power tools. Coffee Meets Bagel, I thought that it's a new food delivery app. When the guy comes, he don't have any food. He is the bagel. We don't have such problem in the autistic dating world. We have an autistic dating site. It has a brilliant name. It's called autisticdating.com. Because we don't mess around when we want to mess around. So I tried to date someone on the spectrum. It did not work. Do you know what happens when 2 autistic people comes together? Nothing. It's just like putting two pandas together. We think the same, we act the same, we play Pokemon Go separately. Clearly, we are the experts of social distancing. We have been practicing this practice long before it becomes a government order. I prefer to date someone neurotypical because that way I always get to be special. People can be unkind at times. I once had a boss who told me, "Juliana, you don't look autistic." I told him, "What a coincidence! You don't look like a boss." People also said, "Juliana, you have autism, you don't have friends." That's not true. I have many friends. A lot of people call me. They all work at McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and KFC. Yes, food delivery is my way of doing social distancing. People also say, "Juliana, you have autism. Does that mean that you have commitment issues and you are unable to hold down a full-time job?" That's not true. My commitment issues and my job issues has nothing to do with my autism. I'm just a shitty person. I was an accountant. I quitted. I hated it. It's so boring. Yes, I'm a Chinese autistic person who hates maths. People also say, "Juliana, you have autism. Does that mean that you cannot drive?" That's not true. I am a conservative driver. My maximum speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour only on the oncoming lane. Even better, I'm a Grab driver. Don't worry, the power window to my car works. Grab actually sent a message to my passengers informing them that I'm disabled. I appreciate them for doing that, but there is a problem. They did not state what kind of disability I have. Because of that, every time I drive up to my passengers, they will cancel on me when they see me in sunglasses. When people know that I have autism, they talk down to me, thinking that that's my level. "Juliana, if you want a shishi, the toilet is at the back, ah." Hey, being autistic has nothing to do with being idiotic. Like you, auntie. Thanks, my auntie don't like this joke. She has unfriended me on Facebook and changed the Netflix password. Great. It means less one idiot for the rest of my life. Hakuna Matata. Before I shift topic, I would like to leave you all with this. I may be autistic. I may be different. But my capacity to love is the same as each and every one of you here. I love you all. If you want a shishi, the toilet is in your house. Go look for it. Yes, people always tell me that being autistic, you are somewhat shielded because there's a lot of things that flew past me that I don't know of. Yeah, because people can be very sarcastic to me, but I take it as a compliment. So people thought that I'm actually very immune to a lot of things that's happening and I don't have ability to feel. But that's not true at all. For me, I feel invisible. So before this social distancing things happen, this MCO happened, most of the time I felt isolated even in a group. When I was physically in a party, in a group, and I feel invisible. So that's why I don't feel that MCO is a very difficult thing for me because I'm used to it. Yeah. So anyone here feels invisible like me? Raise your hands. Actually, don't need to raise your hand lah. No one sees it anyway. I hate feeling invisible. Do you all remember the movie Home Alone? I hated it. It's actually a boy whose parents forgot about him during Christmas. I hated it because it reminds me of my life. I watched that movie 8 times at home, alone. Also, I'm the world's greatest hide and seek player. It's not like I want to win, I just can't be found. During Halloween, I will dress up as the invisible woman. Yes, being invisible is a superpower to save money. When I went to a beach, I actually stripped myself naked. No one cares. Wow, free show also pun tak mau tengok. Recently, I got into a minor accident. Don't worry, I'm fine. The driver got down from his car and said, "Sorry, tak nampak." I went to a cafe recently. No one took my order. I waited for an hour because the cafe Wi-Fi is so good. And many times, feeling invisible, it comes with feeling of worthlessness as well. Sometimes my dysfunctional family actually make me feel wrong for being different. And there are times I felt like I've been given a bunch of bad cards in life. It's like I feel so sad. I'm autistic. I have a lot of challenges in life. And there are times I feel so invisible that I wish that I disappear. And the thing is, comedy is not just a place for me to tell jokes. It is also a place for me to get real with all of you, as well as with myself. So are you all ready for me to be real with all of you? I can't hear you all, but the thing is, silence means concern. I felt like killing myself. I've thought of killing myself. But don't worry, relax. I can feel the tension, although I can't see you all. But relax, because I'm still here. Let's celebrate it. Yes, so the thing is, I have standards when it comes to dying. More so because you only die once. I have criteria when it comes to dying, okay? So my first criteria is it must be cheap. I'm Chinese. That's obvious. And it must be painless. And the third is I need to die looking good. So I done extensive research on Google. And there are a few methods that I've shortlisted. Let me dissect for all of you with my criteria. So number 1, jumping off the building. I know it is free, and Malaysia has quite a bunch of tall buildings. But the thing is, I don't want to rest in pieces. People also say that, okay, the second method is actually slashing my wrist. I don't want to, because the chances of, I'm afraid of blood. Chances of me of fainting is actually higher than me slashing myself. And also, I also thought of drinking poison. Yeah, my home has a lot of poison. One of them is right in front of me. It's the hand sanitizer. But I don't want to turn blue like Smurf. And I also thought of exhaust gas poisoning. I know that with the right steps taken, I can die looking good and I can die peacefully. But well, petrol price is too expensive. I also thought of jumping down from the bridge, but the whole process takes too long. I need 4 hours to get to Penang. The chances are I will die of boredom. I also thought of one more method, but I can't use it. Because my name is Juliana Heng, the newspaper will report as Heng Hanks. It doesn't look good to me at all. And I don't want to leave such a bad legacy to my grandchildren. No, I don't have grandchildren actually. I am still single, as you can tell. But whatever it is, that's not the way to leave a legacy for yourself. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I decided that I want to live, because Even though life may give us a deck of bad cards, but what matters is how I play them. Well, I chose to spit all of them out, just like how magicians do. Yeah. So the thing is, I am not the victim of my life. I am the hero of my life. I am the boss of my life. And so are all of you. Thank you. So that's all for my comedy segment. I will move on into doing spoken word. I have a couple of poems and let's see how far I can go. So my first poetry piece, spoken word poetry piece, is I would like to dedicate it to the COVID-19 frontliners. The poem name is called Courage. What is courage? Courage is when you choose to be your authentic self. You free yourself from the invisible chains that holds you back from accepting yourself and give yourself the chance to love genuinely. When you are authentic, you no longer feel invisible. By being your real self, you actually become attractive because of the courage to be who you are instead of hiding under the safety blanket of conformity. People always tell me I'm courageous, but courage doesn't come overnight. I started off being fearful, doubtful, and worried. By taking baby steps, one day at a time, I became braver every day. To me, courage is the crystallization of tears wiped off and fears overcome. So, for everyone here, if you have been wanting to come out from the job you no longer love, or you have been wanting to come out from the abusive relationship you are currently in, or you just want to come out as your real self, the question is, why not? I have done it. It's not free of challenges, but it's surely liberating. Give yourself the gift of knowing what it's like to live as your true self and love as who you are. Thank you, frontliners. At the back of your head, you may be thinking that you may be doubting your ability, but never fear what comes from your heart. You are brave, and we will salute you from the bottom of our hearts. Keep doing what you believe is right and what will benefit the people. Thank you so much. Take care and stay safe, COVID-19 frontliners. And people, a reminder, please donate. Okay, so I'll be moving on to my next spoken word piece. So this is actually a spoken word piece dedicated to all artists who are hungry for recognition. As we can tell, the arts industry is somewhat forgotten in the midst of pandemic, and I just want to remind all of you not to give up your dreams no matter what. Don't settle for less. Yes, you may need the money now, you may need the things to get you alive now, and some of you may be tempted to quit your art and just move on to a stable job and just move on. Yeah, but the thing is, once you are taught to be, once you know that you are extraordinary, it is hard to go back being ordinary again. I can relate to that, so I feel it. So this is my second spoken word piece. It's called Unrecognition. Unrecognition feels like having my feet nailed to the ground, unable to move forward. The more I want to break free, the more it grips me at every toe, keeping me rooted to the ground, persistently reminding me to yield to my fate. Unrecognition feels like I'm being smothered by a pillow. I tried to breathe, but nothing goes in. I tried to yell, but nothing comes out. Eventually, I will be out of breath. My voice silenced to nothingness, calling me to yield to my fate. Unrecognition feels like I'm climbing the wall of a well. I saw light at the top, but as I tried to climb, the walls are shrouded with moss of cronyism, pushing me back into the deep cold ends of the well, coercing me to yield to my fate. I know that my time is up, when the curtains of my eyes can no longer hold back my liquid pearls from flowing out in the middle of the night. I decided to pull out the nails that has been relentlessly gripping my toes. I decided to knock out the pillow that has been smothering me. I decided to tear off the moss that has been pushing me to yield to my fate. Walking with bloodied feet, breathing as though life was returned to me, yelling with boundless joy, climbing out of the well like an agile lizard, I will find a place that recognizes the light in me. Keep moving on. Be strong. Your light will be recognized by someone who truly appreciates. And okay, I will just move on to another poem. And yes, okay, I will say that this is a very personal poem of mine, and I really dream of a reunion, you know, the kind of thing. Yes, I know that this is MCO. We have not seen each other for ages, so yeah, we all want a reunion. Yes, so I have this poem. Its title is called The Reunion. The reunion dinner on the eve of Chinese New Year is a cherished tradition of every Chinese family. It could be a huge gathering of a few generations under one roof, or just an intimate get-together with a few immediate family members. I used to have a reunion dinner every year with my family of 4: dad, mom, younger brother, and me. Unfortunately, that stopped 3 years ago when I moved out of the home after years of enduring emotional and physical abuse from my mom and brother. After I moved out for a few months, my dad invited me back home for my first reunion dinner since the estrangement. I was delighted. I miss my family members dearly, although they have hurt me before. Few days before the eve of Chinese New Year, Dad called me not to go back, as Mom said that she has already disowned me and don't want to have anything to do with me, let alone see me again. I was stunned and numb by the news. I was ready to forgive them and reconcile with them in this reunion, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. My dad did not want me to celebrate Chinese New Year alone and forlorn. He decided to break the tradition by telling my mom and brother to have their own reunion, repenting their unforgiving and cold behavior. Dad then arranged another reunion dinner, this time with my aunt, uncle, and cousin. We had a wonderful reunion dinner at a seafood restaurant. We had a heartwarming catch-up, encouraging each other to be strong no matter what, because we are a family. My aunt told me that although my mom is harsh and cold with her words and may lack affection, but deep down, she loves me but clearly not ready to receive me back. Reunion dinner is never the same when I'm estranged from my closest family members. Home seems a world apart. In spite of what has happened, I still have the fervent hope that Dad, Mom, younger brother, and me will sit at the same table under one roof, celebrating our reunion. Let's hope that this COVID-19 situation will be over soon, so that we are able to reunite with whoever we love. My final poem before I go off is a very special poem. It is a tribute to my special friend. Her name is Autumn. When I was a kid, I was an oddball. Nobody wanted to play with me except Autumn. Autumn plays with me every day during recess. She have meals with me every day during recess, and went to the library with me to disappear into good books together. I cannot focus on my homework. Autumn coaxed me gently. Finish your homework fast, then we can play together. We finished our homework before school ended. Such maturity for a young child. Autumn is an enigma. The moment she landed her eyes on your phone number and IC number, she will call you on your birthday every year without the need to jot down. One day, some of my classmates said to me, "Loser, you are unworthy and won't amount to anything in life." As the world around me crashes, Autumn came over to cup my ears, mouthing these words: "You are awesome. You are enough. You are love." Autumn is not perfect. Autumn can be hard to hang out with at times. Her obsession with order and straight line in her homework, random echoing of people's words, peculiar way of clapping her hands can be very annoying. She disliked it when I hug strangers. Hey, you got to know the person first before letting them hug you, okay? Despite her yin and yang, I enjoyed her company most of the time. She taught me how not to give a damn and love myself no matter what. We studied hard and graduated. Now comes the time to find a job. I went for a job interview, aced it, and got hired. Congratulations, Juliana, you are hired. Thanks. Can you do me a favor? What would that be? Can you hire my special friend? Her name is Autumn. She is a hard worker with strong work ethics. My boss said, "I'm sorry. We only hired you. Leave Autumn out of this." I was shocked. I was sad. Because Autumn is not just a friend. Autumn is a part of me. Autumn is the name of my autism. As an autistic, we are earnestly seeking acceptance. Hear me out. We are so unique that people find it so hard to understand and label us as a puzzle, when in fact, we are the one who completes the puzzle. My nickname as a child is Jaja Binks, given by my own mum, because I'm awkward and drop things often. In Star Wars, people said that Jaja Binks is George Lucas' mistake. I disagreed. Perhaps George is already factoring neurodiversity and autism acceptance into Star Wars to include this special group of people. A friend once asked me to park at a disabled parking spot. I said I can't because I don't have an OKU card. My friend asked me why I did not apply. I said I will never apply unless they change it to OBU, which is Orang Beza Upaya. The first two letters of autism is AU. AU is the symbol of gold in the periodic table of elements. Therefore, the inner world of an autistic is gold. You have been great. Thank you so much for listening to me. I will be going off soon, but thank you so much for supporting the frontliners in this crucial period of time. So, as someone from the arts industry, I am giving it in the form of my comedy and spoken word poetry. But you frontliners are the one who is giving your life to save people, to rescue people, to treat people. And you are at risk all the time, but you don't care. You just forge ahead. So thank you so much for risking everything for us. Take care and stay safe. As for everyone here, we are also frontliners in our own way. By staying at home and not going out for necessary purpose, by not going out except for absolute necessary purpose, we are also the frontliner in making sure that COVID-19 does not spread like a wildfire. So thank you so much, and don't forget to donate. You can donate via Launch Good for the MERCY Malaysia COVID-19 Pandemic Fund. Thank you so much. I'm Juliana Heng. Goodbye. signing off. Take care and stay safe.